Alright, we just finished watching episode 7 through 10. Yeah, episode 7 through 10 of Erase. We were gonna do one by one, but they were getting too good and we couldn't just stop to do one. So, let's start out just a little bit in the beginning because it got really intense at the end, and we'll talk about it. So, around between 7, 8, and 9, he gets a chance to go back in his revival. I like that. It was he had a second chance to change everything, and he started getting more clues on who the perpetrator is. And I'm glad we got to see it in episode 10, that we got to see what it is, but all the efforts Satoru did to get to the point was like well worth it, you know?
Yeah.
I was happy, you know, all that work and effort. You did it, Chris, he saved him.
All I know is I called it.
Okay.
I called it from the very beginning.
I know, but you doubted yourself, though.
I doubted, but I still had it in the back of my head.
Okay, we want to talk about it. So, even though we got everything, and, oh God, what's her name? Kayo gets, you know, she's free, technically he saved her.
Grandma comes to the rescue.
Everything, okay, that's good. I'm happy. She
Heads up, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. So she's now with her grandmother, happy about that. But now, what's been on my mind is that he saved the first girl, now he still has to save 2 more.
Technically,
okay, so he saved, not girls. His guy and his buddy and the other girl. So he's working that during episode 9, Closure. So he's doing this, and by doing this, we start getting a little bit more what he's trying to do and all this stuff. But that's more what happens when he's trying in episode 10, and he's trying to save that one other girl. I can't remember her name.
Aya? Aya?
No, they're Hiromi.
Hiromi?
Yeah, Hiromi.
Hiromi, yeah.
Yeah, so now that she was kind of ostracized during that one interaction where he yelled at her for planting all that anyways.
For being a bitch.
So we can tell that the killer goes after lonely children he has a chance to abduct.
Fucking pedophilia.
Exactly. And I was always wondering, like, oh, like we keep seeing her, but it was getting so intense with the other main story that the sub story was like, okay. But now we get back to it, and we find out who the killer is. Turns out to be the teacher.
Dude, that's so hard.
Like Chris guessed it. He
so
got it. He had it. He had it in the beginning. But then he's like, no. He doubted it. Even when that moment when he had those candies, yeah, you know, like all that. Even that part, like, oh my God, is he the killer? Even I thought it. I thought he was the killer too. But then, like, oh, he has a smoking thing. Okay, I know some people who have have those weird little things when they're trying to quit smoking.
It's just clever how he has like multiple cars out of the same color and the same mark.
Yeah. So
how does he find money for this? Like, he's a teacher.
I know, dude. You do this for a couple years. You know?
I guess
Makes sense too. He moves from location to location to being a teacher. No.
I guess so, but like he had to like.
But yeah,
save a shit ton of money for that.
Did it surprise me a little bit? Not too much. I'm happy that we know the killer, but now that we see at the end of episode 10 that he left Satoru to drown in a cold river, what's gonna happen? You know.
I know what's gonna happen. He's either gonna get one or two. Man, he might do a revival again just to.
That's what I'm wondering. Is he able to do a revival within a revival?
That's gonna be my doubt though. I don't think it's gonna be right. I think someone is gonna help him. So I don't know who because
everyone's too busy and like there's
it
could be that what's his name?
Yuki.
Yeah.
It could be Yuki. He could just randomly. Although that's just dumb though. Like he just randomly. Oh, there he is. I see him. What are they doing?
True, because he doesn't have a car. But yeah, it's one of those things. Normally, if I really got deep into it, I was like, wait, now that he went back in time to save his mom, to do this, he got everything, he's dead, does that mean if he dies now that he was never able to go back to his normal self to go back in time? But then I realized that this is using the butterfly effect. Since he went back in time, if he dies, and it doesn't really matter what happens afterwards.
Exactly.
So
he'll just fade from existence.
Exactly. Or his future. That future
will never happen.
That future will never happen. So now what to do is.
I don't know. I think one of his friends is gonna like, cause.
Okay, no matter what, if he doesn't, okay,
It's
in
weird,
the next
'cause-
episode, if he does not get saved within a few minutes,
Within the first minutes of the episode, it's over.
he's done because
It's over.
he's drowning. A cold river, you will die.
Instant.
Okay, well, there's been people who survived with their bodies going numb.
Yeah, but that's hypothermia. Oh.
No, yeah, there's been. Okay, besides that
I don't know
fact,
what the fuck
besides
I'm
that,
talking
okay,
about.
besides that fact, there is a chance he might do it. I'm hoping they do a revival, but it'll be a little like.
It'll be
Oh,
dumb.
here we go.
I think it'd be a
Plot
little
twist.
bit dumb.
I'm hoping there's still. See, this is episode 10. So there's. I don't know how many episodes there are. There, if it's like normal anime, it'll be between 12 and 13.
Unless there's a season 2.
I don't know if it'll be a season 2.
You never
It
know.
doesn't feel like there's a season 2 show.
Well, it could be that he dies, and then what's her name figures out is gonna try to figure out who killed him, and then that's
True.
I mean, but that's just that's completely like
That's a conversation.
that's like,
But-
like way off.
But
Like, I
besides
don't think
that,
it's gonna
overall,
happen.
these last 4 episodes was a great build up to this part. To episode 10. It was like good. He succeeded, and then he continued trying to do more work to stop the killer, and then the killer got the better of him. I like that. That got to it. It didn't lead until like the episode 12 or 13, like, oh, I'm the killer and everything. He's the killer, we know who it is. Now what's gonna happen?
What if he has a culprit?
That's true. So, for now, those are really great episodes. I like them. So, anything else you want to say?
I'm just waiting for next week. He's gonna suck.
Alright, so
bad.
for this time, for sure, until next week, later.